Hey you guys, welcome to today's video. So today I'm going to be doing something a little different on this channel because I did have a request for one of the members of Baddies, and I figured that I might try something new and do pick a cast member. So this will be part one. And initially when I divined to see if whether or not I should even do this, Spirit just pretty much told me to just do one part for now because the energy is just so chaotic. And so I'm going to be picking cast members at random to read. I'm going to try to get through as many as I can. I'm hoping between maybe 5 to 8 cast members I can read and just kind of breeze through. And if there's someone in particular you want to see, be sure to look at my thumbnail, and I'm going to also put the timestamps in the description box so you can just easily pick who you want to see specifically. But I'm going to put in the thumbnail who was picked for this reading. But here are the list of the castmates so you guys can just take a look and see who I could potentially read today. Folks that are not listed are Natalie, Scotty, Krishan, and Gretchen. Natalie and Scotty have their own separate reading, and I didn't think that they need to even just be in this at all, honestly. Krishan's pretty self-explanatory. If you guys want a reading on her, I know there are a whole bunch of other people that have read on her many of a time, and I didn't feel it was necessary to do her today. And then also Gretchen, I did not pick for reasons of more so personal bias, just because she has went against her cast members wishes when they asked her to not say a specific racial word on the show. And so for me as a Black woman, I don't feel comfortable reading her, and I'm not going to read her on this channel. So with that said, here are the people that I do have listed, and there are about 17. So maybe today I'll get through half of those, but I'm going to adjust the screen and I'm going to put the wheel, hopefully it fits next to this note, and then so you guys can see in real time who's picked, so that I'm not just picking them just because I want to read them. So okay, all right, so here's the wheel. I'm gonna move it up so as you guys can see we have 1 through 17. So all right, so let's go ahead and spin. All right, so we have number 6, and that is Tesehki. So I'm gonna mark her. All right, then I'm gonna remove her, and then I'm going to go ahead and spin again. All right, we have 16, which is Nunu, so I'm gonna read on her as well. All right, number 8, we have Sapphire. Huh, okay, interesting choices so far. And then we're gonna spin again. All right, 14, and that is Tavi. And then I may just pick some extra people here. I'm gonna put 2 stars by the people that I'm definitely going to read, and then if we have 1 star, that's just if I have enough time and honestly energy to continue. So, all right, so that's 15. Wait, was that 15? No, no, no. All right, so let's pick a couple of more people. All right, and I think that's Rollie. Yep. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now I'm gonna pick people that are potentially could be read today, but I'm gonna try to get through them. So I'm gonna pick 3 more people. Okay, it's Tinka. I'm sure some of you guys wanted me to read the big 3. So I thought I would get the big 3, but let's see. 11. Okay, so we have one of the big 3, and then I'm going to pick one more. But that's Tommie. All right. So here are the people we're going to read today. So today I'm going to be reading on Rollie, Tesehki, Sapphire, um, Tavi, and Nunu. So I already have questions for them. I'm going to pull a couple of oracle cards at the beginning, and then I'll move into the questions. And if I have more time and energy, I'll read on Tommie, Summer, and Tinka as well. But all right, let's go ahead and jump right into the reading. Okay, so the first person I'm going to be reading on, I'm going to read in order from the notepad because I didn't number it. So first things first, I'm going to be doing the oracles as I mentioned, and then I have questions ironed out, but I'm just going to go ahead and use my intuition to guide the questions, and I'm going to keep it at 2 to 3 questions max just to get through all of these people. So let's see what Rollie's current energy is, and just note that as I'm asking these questions, these are related to Zeus network. This is not related to, I mean, if their personal life comes up, then it comes up, but these questions are going to be more tailored to their relationship with Zeus network and really just baddies in general, and perhaps even the other girls that are part of the cast. So I just want to just put that disclaimer out there now if you guys were looking for something a little bit more personal, because that's going to take a lot more time. So this is just in relation to the franchise. All right. All right. So show me the energy of Rollie. The energy of Rollie relating to Zeus. And at the time of this reading, today is February 22nd, and I do know that her and Natalie have some stuff going on. She has made some comments online about Natalie, and if you know, you know. She has made some disparaging comments, but I feel like they go through this almost every season. They fall out, but then they get cool. So honestly, I'm not taking it seriously, but we'll see. I'll ask that in the tarot. All right, back to her current energy. All right, so we have distress, act with urgency, assistance needed. We have love bombing here, overly attentive. I just heard the bodyguard, like bodyguard. I know she's had some stuff going on with them. All right, so we have SOS, distress, act with urgency, assistance needed. And I just heard with that card is my job in jeopardy. So perhaps there may have been some conversations about the future of Rollie and Zeus. I don't know if there has been some concern with her, which nothing that I've seen publicly, but I remember that, and I brought this up in other readings I've done in Zeus, where Lemuel has mentioned that they are looking for leaders within the Baddies network, or within the Baddies show. And Rollie this season, Natalie has assigned her to host the house meetings and get the girls together and have conversations with them. So essentially filling in her shoes. So I wonder if maybe this is more so saying that they could be looking to her to fill in for Natalie in the future once they have some changes happening there. And then we have receipts. And as you guys know, she has been going on interviews and talking about Natalie and made some really hurtful comments about her and how she's working the show. It feels like she's trying to expose Natalie more so than the network itself. So to me, that just feels like their normal drama. And then the love bombing, I just heard the security guard. Like I don't know their names, but I just like literally heard security guard. So I know she's had some relations with some of the security guard, or I don't know if it's more than one. I know one specifically. There were some alleged relations with her security guard, so maybe she is still talking to or having some conversations with them. I heard my man, so I don't know what her relationship status is, but this is in her current energy right now. But because this is all in her current energy, I just heard reunion, so maybe more information will come out once the reunion is filmed. I believe at this point for them, they're probably close, if not already like in the process of filming, because I do know Summer made some comments about she's going to be attending, so I don't know that they have filmed it yet, but I believe some information might be coming out around that time as well regarding these cards, at least specifically. And then at the bottom, we have sudden realization, feeling inspired, light bulb moment. So there could be some new information that's been revealed to her about Natalie, it feels like. I feel like even though she is making comments and this is their usual rift, this might look a little different once all of the changes actually go through with the baddies and leadership part of it. So yeah, so now I'm going to switch over to the tarot. I know this is like really fast, y'all, but we're going to get through it. Everything I say in today's reading is alleged and for entertainment purposes. How does Rollie truly feel about Natalie? Let's start there. How does Rollie truly feel about Natalie? Show me the hidden energy of how Rollie truly feels about Natalie. I know these cards do not show pentacles here at all, but immediately from when I pulled the Four of Wands, I heard, I don't understand why she makes more money than me. So I'll say this, it feels like she has some stress and anxiety about Natalie, just because she does, at least from her perspective, she may feel like she puts in more work than Natalie does. Natalie, you're supposed to be a CEO, but you're not spending time with these girls. Okay, so I remember she did say that before on the show. You're not spending time with these girls, you're not getting to know them better. I'm over here playing mediator and trying to get them together. So she may feel like the lines are a little bit blurred when it comes to Natalie, and she's fulfilling duties of what Natalie is doing, but she's not seeing the benefit of that for her stability, and it does make her feel anxious. And it is something that she thinks about a lot. We have Seven of Wands here at the bottom, so that's why it's also, it feels like contributing to why she's so defensive in these interviews and making these comments about Natalie as a whole, just because she is playing a pivotal role in the show. And I would have to agree with her. I know people don't really like Rollie, I know, but to me, she's still on that show for a reason. I feel like if she's not on the show, you would definitely feel it, but that's just my personal opinion. I feel like she is a key part of the show as a whole. But yeah, it feels like she just doesn't feel like she's getting her just due with everything that she's doing compared to who the CEO is supposed to do, or at least the duties of what a CEO is supposed to do. How does Rollie feel about Zeus in general? How does Rollie feel about the Zeus network in general? So immediately I heard she likes working with Zeus, and then I showed you the King of Wands because that's Lemuel. He is an Aries, so she does enjoy collaborating with them. It makes her a lot of money. These Pentacles here, so she does like working with them. I feel like they also have a really good relationship with her. I feel like if she asks for certain things, they will be more upfront and willing to give it to her. It feels like as well. But yeah, it feels like they have a really good working relationship. It's not feeling shady or anything like that. but to me, it feels like she enjoys her job. I'll ask one more question because that was very easy and very quick in the energy. Is Baddies going to be long term for her? Is Baddies a long term career for her? Will Baddies be a long term career for her, or reality TV maybe? All right, so we have Five of Swords, and then we have Judgment here at the bottom. No, it's not going to be long term for her, just because at some point there's going to be some fighting, some miscommunication about things that have happened in the past. Let me clarify that. Judgment and the Five of Swords, but immediately I got no. I want to know why. All right, so I think, okay, so it's starting to click now. No, because at some point she's going to want to turn her image into something else. It feels like she's not going to want to be involved in Baddies coming from the perspective of fighting all the time and the reputation that they have. And I feel like in the future she may have more opportunities, even more opportunities to have her own show. I do know she had her own mini series when she went and got her surgery, so I feel like she's going to also have more opportunities in the future, just aside from even that are going to be much more profitable. We have Knight of Pentacles at the bottom, so more opportunities presented to her. If you see Ten of the Pentacle to her, so this Baddies just literally may open more doors for her going forward in the future. So yeah, and then as you can see in the Seven of Cups here, it's somebody literally considering their options, and they could be disillusioned here. But to me, it's giving more so that she's going to have other opportunities and things that she may want to go off and do. And the Judgment card to me is also giving that because of things that have happened in the past. I feel like there's also some worry about the network and what it's going to turn into as well. But we'll get into that specifically once we get to the final part of the Zeus series, or the fate of Zeus network prediction. So I just feel like in the future, again, she's going to be looking to other opportunities and other avenues. But Baddies to me is just going to be the gateway to new ventures for her in the future. So that's what I have in Rollie. So now we're going to go on to the next person. All right. So now we're going to tap into the oracles for Tesehki. Let's see what her current energy is as it relates to Zeus network. It looks a little different because I had to turn the light down, but we have graduation day to start. Okay, we still have a little bit of a glare. And it says leveling up, lessons learned, acquired wisdom. And then we have spilling the beans, we have liftoff, and then we have swept up. It feels like in her current energy, she may be going through some hard lessons that she's learning. And I did remember seeing a clip of her crying about people being mean, or she can't trust people. So the first two cards immediately is what I thought about, the clips of her crying about people doing her dirty. So she may be going through something personal as it relates to that. And this reading is supposed to be specific to Zeus, so it could even be her cast members or how things are going on behind the scenes. I just heard, don't be surprised if she comes out with the truth in the future. So maybe in the future she is going to be exposing some things that went on behind the scenes and telling us the truth about different things that went on in the show. Told to look at the intense emotions here. So feels like things went really fast for her when she came back. Let me see, what season are we on? What's on USA? She wasn't on Africa. Yeah, so I feel like her coming back to Baddies this season was a lot for her. I feel like it is a lot for her. Not just was, it is a lot for her. There's just something going on behind the scenes with her. And I don't know why I just saw Krishan in my mind. So maybe there's something also to do with Krishan and their drama, their family drama that's going on too. All right, and then we have lucky break here, good fortune, good things coming. And then look at the bottom, we have turning point here. So yeah, I think I'm going to ask in the tarot if she's going to be, what the future of her will be at Zeus. But it just feels like things are just very intense for Tesehki just in general. I just heard storyline, so I don't know if they've been pressuring her to have more of a storyline coming on the show. I do know that this is chapter 1 for Baddies USA, so they may be pressuring her to do more work or put in more effort in the subsequent chapters, I guess, if they continue on. But that's just what I'm feeling energetically. If you watch the show, you guys let me know. I'm not really caught up in the Zeus Network tea. Like, I follow the pages, but sometimes I do not know what's going on, so I just scroll on by. But it just feels very intense for her currently. So I'm gonna take this off. We'll move on to the tarot. Tell me more about the intense emotions and the things that Tesehki is going through as it relates to the oracle cards, if it's pertaining to Zeus. Oh, all right, so we have Six of Wands. And then we have the unrequited offer, Four of Cups here at the bottom. I just heard storylines again. So they could be allegedly presenting her with storylines that she could go with. And it feels like she's not trying to take the bait for it. And I know you guys, some people call her boring, and I totally get it. I mean, she doesn't really do too much on the show. Her storylines have been related to her sister. So there might be just a push for her to pretty much back off of that and go into a new direction as it relates to her storyline on the show. So that's what it's feeling like. It just feels like immense pressure. So and in some of those shows, sometimes they will present you with a storyline. Sometimes it's not even a question of what you will offer. Yeah, maybe she just does not want to go in that direction because she's okay with how she's doing now. We have Six of Wands, which is victory, but it's still temporary. So I'm going to put one more card about it. All right, and then we have the juggling here with Two of Pentacles here. So she's trying to juggle a lot of priorities. All right, so she's trying to juggle moving forward with the show, it feels like, just because of maybe perhaps what they're trying to ask her to do in the future. This is related to the Oracle cards that I asked about her intense emotions. So, with that said, I think I'm just going to go ahead and go into the future for Tesehki with Zeus. Future of Tesehki with Zeus. Will she be there long term? What will be the future of Tesehki as Zeus? All right, we have Page of Pentacles. And then we have the Emperor here at the bottom, which is Lemuel. He is the Aries, and he's come up twice back to back. She'll be there as long as they have her. It feels like as long as she has a job and income, she's gonna stay there. It doesn't feel like she's gonna leave anytime soon. Yeah, slow, steady money is literally income for her. I heard bookings, like I know she has that, but that's not gonna last forever. But it just feels like for her, she's just building her wealth when it comes to Zeus. And I just saw like her kids. So yeah, this is something for her that she's just making sure that her kids are taken care of and they're fed and they have a roof over their head, all of the things. So yeah, I think that she's gonna be on there as long as they have her, and as long as they ask her to come back, she'll come back. But let's see what's challenging her. I'll ask the bonus question: what's challenging to Siki when it comes to Zeus? Oh. All right, so we have Two of Cups, and then we have Ten of Pentacles. So Two of Cups, I feel like that confirms the question about, or what I was saying about what they've been asking her to do. Because immediately when I pulled Two of Cups, I heard contract. So what she's contracted to do on the show, she may not 100% agree with. Maybe not even just contract, but just producers and executives asking her to do certain things she just may not agree with or want to do. And also, the Ten of Pentacles to me is confirming that her family is tied into this somehow. Is challenging her currently. And then at the bottom, we have Queen of Swords. So I don't know if her sister is an air sign or she's an air sign, but there's someone here that is very honest, very upfront, and truthful about the situation. But it has something to do with her family that she just does not want challenging her currently. So they could be asking her to even involve her family even more so on the show. And I does not feel like she wants to do that. It feels like this weird space of what is she going to bring to the table, for future seasons, because she can't just go be in the background. Like, they need her up front. It also feels like they don't want this girl just to be scared of her all the time, because to me that's going to hinder her growth. They're just going to, I'll just say, like, kiss her ass. They want more depth from Tesehki. They want more from her, aside from people just being scared of her because she can bite. So that's what it feels like to me. So, all right, that's all I have for Tesehki. Now I'm going to go on to Sapphire. Show me the energy of Sapphire, or Sapphire Blaze, I believe that's her full moniker. Sapphire Blaze. What is her current energy as it relates to Zeus Network and Baddies? All right, so we have today, good vibes, present in the moment. I feel like that's pretty accurate from what we see on the show. She's there for a good time, not a long time. Well, and then we have turn, yep, party animal, sex, drugs, alcohol, surface pleasures. All right, look, one more. And then we have the blues, heavy emotions, mental distress. All right, I hope you guys can see the cards better. But Sierra is giving me that she has the blues, and that is why she is so turned, why she is in this energy here, that today, staying in the present moment, being turned up. Like, this energy is what's fueling why she has this in her cards. So maybe we can clarify with the tarot what the blues is for her and why it's feeding into this energy. But that's kind of what I'm feeling. And the baddies, they're known for going to clubs, doing gigs, and partying, turning up essentially. So this doesn't really come as a shocker to me, but I'm just more curious about this blues card for her and what's feeding into that. So this might be more personal for her. But let's clarify the oracle cards, what this blues is. Here, clarify the blues card, please. Here, clarify. All right, we have frenemy, we have fake friends, two-faced, hidden emotion or hidden intentions. Immediately, I heard Suki in my mind because this is related to Zeus, and I heard pressure. So allegedly, she may have some pressure from Suki just as a friend. I had some issues from Baddies Caribbean, and they made up a while back. They've been cool for a minute, but it feels like that there's just something here within the friendship that may not be 100% genuine. And if you watch the show, if you are a fan of Suki and or the show, you guys let me know if you pick up on the energy as well. But there's just something here about all may not be what it seems in the friendship. Do their kids play together, or are their kids like close in age? Okay, so I'm it's just, there's something Spirit's trying to give me about that, but I don't know, so I can't confirm that. But there's just something about their kids playing with one another, or they may have like a close family dynamic off screen with one another as it relates to their children, allegedly. Um, but as far as their friendship goes, I feel like that's what's keeping them glued together, maybe. Like, I don't want us to fall out and then our kids have to fall out too. Something like that. It's almost like having someone be close to you because of your children, but you know that they're not the friend that you want in your life, allegedly for entertainment purposes only. Like, you're having to fake through it. Like, you enjoy them. Don't get me wrong. Like, you enjoy having fun with them. You enjoy partying with them. That's not to say they don't enjoy being like hanging out and that sort of thing. But when the cameras go off, when the lights go down, and you both have to really like be there for one another in the tough times and genuinely be friends for one another, I'm not feeling that it's really just a solid friendship. I'll say that. It's not what it feels like. We'll clarify in the tarot cards, but that's what it feels like to me. But let's see if we can get some more clarity. All right, one more card. All right, so we have long haul, in it to win it. Long-term investments, invested. It feels more obligation versus out of love. It's like on Baddies Caribbean when Suki was fighting with multiple girls and she was looking to Sapphire, I need you to have my back, and this, that, and the third, which I agree with her 50 on that, but if you guys remember that scene, then you guys know what I'm talking about. Because, and then also on Baddies USA, you saw when she was having those issues with Gretchen and Sapphire, it felt like she felt pressure that she had to say something now because she didn't say something back on Baddies Caribbean, and she's going crazy, hitting glass and doing the most, and Suki back on the stage like partying. It's something to do with that, if you catch my drift. So it feels more obligatory. I don't know if that's a word. I've been making all types of words on this channel, but it feels more out of obligation versus true friendship love to me, allegedly. All right, I'm gonna take this off. I don't have anything else from the oracles, and then we'll get into the tarot to clarify. I think I'm kind of liking a speed reading, you guys. I think this is gonna actually go pretty quick. To clarify the energetic exchange for how does Sapphire perceive Suki? How does all right, so we have Nine of Pentacles reversed, and then we have Six of Swords reversed, and then we have Queen of Cups at the bottom. I don't know if either of them are of water sign. Just because of speed reading, I'm not going to look at everybody's signs. This is how she perceives Suki, allegedly. I was like trying to channel what Nine of Pentacles will be for this card. I heard impulsive, so she could be viewing Suki as somebody that's very impulsive, stagnant. It's almost like she's outgrowing the friendship because we have both of these cards in reverse. But it just feels like to me that she views Suki as somebody that they bear no fruit. I'll say it like that. They bear no fruit, and she's stagnant. She's stuck. She does the same old thing. And we've seen Sapphire do runway shows, and I don't know what else she has going on in her personal life and in her business aside from Baddies, but I feel like she has more things that she wants to do in the future. But Suki is somebody that maybe just still like stuck in her ways, or she has dreams that Sapphire is just not having the same type of dreams. But it almost feels like an outgrowing of a friendship, because we can even see that there's polar opposites on the show, which I feel like those are the best friendships. But at the same time, it just feels like at some point she's going to definitely outgrow the friendship, and it just feels like she has to still be viewed as her ride or die. But on the inside, she does not feel like she needs to do all of that, but she has to do it to save face, allegedly. It doesn't feel like she can be honest with her about it, but let's confirm that real quick. Okay, can Sapphire express her true feelings to Suki? Is it safe for her to express how she truly feels about the friendship? Is it safe for Sapphire? All right, so we have Queen of Wands, and again, I don't know anybody's sign. Then we have Queen of Swords at the bottom. We have a lot of Queen energy here. So I'll say this: yes, it is safe for her, and it would probably empower her to be upfront about how she's feeling about the friendship. It may not even be a conversation of like, I've outgrown you, I need to move on, but she could just really tell her the truth about how she's feeling, share with her the truth. It feels like Suki can handle it. But Spirit is pretty much saying that she should have the confidence to express how she feels, and then it'll empower her. And who knows, it could strengthen their relationship even more so if she is honest and upfront about how she feels about the friendship. So all right, so I'm going to pivot away from that. I didn't want to make it entirely about Suki. So let's see, what is her current relationship with Zeus? How does she feel working with Zeus? And then I'll ask about the future. How does she feel about working at Zeus Network? How does she feel? All right, so we have Four of Wands here, and then we have the High Priestess here as well. So Four of Wands to me is telling that this network provides her an avenue to make more money, more visibility, I'll say, and it also is a good opportunity for her to help build stability for her and her family. And from the girls that I've read, they're very thankful for the income and thankful for these opportunities with the network. But I'm going to clarify that just because we have High Priestess here at the bottom. So this to me is giving more secrets. So let's clarify this Four of Wands. All right, so we have Ace of Wands here, and then we have Knight of Swords there. I'll say that it feels like Sapphire does know a lot of secrets that go on behind the scenes, and I was getting the image of when she writes in her notepad with all the drama that goes on. It's not just the drama that goes on the show. It feels like she also knows a lot of things behind the scenes. This Ace of Wands to me is also showing to me, because I'm hearing like she knows about the sexual activities that go on behind closed doors, where the alleged cast members are having relation with the staff on the network, allegedly. So it feels like to me she's privy to a lot of that. She is thankful for the opportunities, but she is also aware of what takes place. And then also it feels like she knows about messages going back and forth. I feel like I'm getting like she's seen text messages or communication with a lot of different parties, like exposing secrets. So I feel like she knows a lot though. She definitely knows a lot. All right, so let's see, what's her future going to be at Zeus? What is the future for Sapphire and Zeus? All right, so we have 10 of Cups at the bottom. Let me pull one more. Future. All right, so it feels like she's going to continue to be on the show. It doesn't feel like she's in the energy of like leaving the network, but this does provide a lot of financial stability for her and her family. If you look at the Ten of Cups, you see a couple and children, but there is some challenges here for her because she's having to juggle her family life as well as her obligations to the show, her being casted. So for me, it just feels like she has to figure out a balance between the two. But either way, she's going to continue to take offers from them. We have Knight of Cups here. So even if she decides to not be on the main cast, she may even be a friend or something like that. But I don't foresee her leaving the show anytime soon. She's going to continue to stay on as long as they'll have her. Was she on Baddies Africa? Okay, so no. I keep forgetting which season everybody is on. I don't believe she was on Baddies Africa. I can't remember. But anyways, yeah, I feel like she's having to kind of pick and choose. And also with the balance card, I was starting to envision like her taking her children to school or her having to pick up her kids and or being out with her kids and like being recognized by people. So yeah, it feels like this is something that she really just can't escape and she's just trying to like live her normal life. But then she has people maybe coming up to her or her family maybe seeing the drama online. So it's just something about there are some blurred lines there between her family and the show, not only with her work life and her personal life, but also when she's out just trying to be a mom. All right, so I'm gonna take this off and then we'll go on to who's next. Okay, we have Tavi. So, all right, take it off. But Tavi baby on Zeus. Show me the energy. Oh, there we go. Lucky braid, good fortune, good things are coming. Oh, okay. One card energy on Tavi as it relates to Zeus. All right, does she have a new man? Yeah, we have new love, new boo, learning each other, flirtations, heart to heart, deep conversation, intimate discussions, blunt, honest. Okay, I switched that. Spirit said it's not a man. Is it a woman? Does she have a girlfriend? You guys let me know. I don't really follow her too much, and I don't really see her a lot in the blogs like that. And we have Lucky Break, which I feel like this network, her being on this network was a huge opportunity for her. It feels like I believe she was already like in the music industry. She was in like the entertainment industry even before Zeus. But I feel like this was something that helped her get more visibility, excuse me, and more eyes on her. So this is something that was really good for her. It feels like. But these other cards here, it feels like if she doesn't have a girlfriend, she allegedly may be talking to somebody on the show or having some type of interest in a lady on, like maybe one of her fellow cast members on the show, allegedly. Let's clarify. All right, so we have rebound here, flighty, temporary emotion, temporary option, third party relationship lesson. So yeah, like I said, it just feels like there's something about emotionally, some type of emotion tied to a cast member on the show. You guys let me know if you guys are feeling like that or if you know she's a girlfriend. But to me, it's almost giving like there's somebody she's interested or they may be talking even behind the scenes because this is literally related to the show. I don't know if this will be made public. I just saw like something being swept under the rug, so perhaps this may not even be public. This will be more so like people being skeptical about it or suspicious about a relationship, but allegedly feels like she may have something to do with somebody on the show. She may have a flinger of some sort behind the scenes with somebody on the show, allegedly. All right, so I'm gonna take this off and then get into the tarot cards. Let's clarify about the relationship. Is she having, what is that relationship? The Tower, that's interesting. All right, and then we have the Fool here. So allegedly, it feels like even if she did have something going on with somebody on the cast, there's a Tower moment that's coming for this relationship. It may just be as quick as it has started, because it's the Fool. It shows me that there was a leap of faith that was taken. Somebody that she may be interested in and may have told her, like, I like you, I'm interested in you, and they may have, talked a little bit about it. But this is the Tower moment for her, which means to me that it's collapsed, it's not stable, and that's why I said it doesn't feel like it's something that's going to go public. But I feel like it might be a little bit suspicious, more so from the public's perspective, but behind the scenes it's not. It doesn't have a stable foundation, and it's going to collapse. It's not going to last. Even if it did become public, it doesn't feel like it's something that's going to be taken seriously, allegedly. So I just wanted to confirm that. But I'm going to pull one more card to just confirm the message, and then I'll move on to the next question. All right, we actually have a Queen of Wands, and then we have a Ten of Pentacles here, which is interesting because I don't know what her sign is, but it feels like there is in fact a woman here. And if this does, allegedly, if there is a relationship with someone here and this Tower moment, depending on how bad it is, it could affect her money, her stability with the network. Because we have Ten of Pentacles here, it's kind of giving me that depending on how sour this relationship could go, it could affect her money on the show. But I'm getting that it is somebody on the show. This one is Queen of Wands, which is like a public figure or a celebrity, and all of them are public and on the show. So yeah, I would say that yeah, whoever this is behind the scenes, I just heard arguing, so maybe they're arguing and fighting. It's not on the show, but it could bleed over into the show and how they work with one another and affect their money. But let's clarify one more time, just to confirm, guys. I like to double and triple check the message. All right, so we have Nine of Cups, Two of Swords, and then Wheel of Fortune. All right, I had to move the cards over so y'all can see. So we have Nine of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, Two of Swords, and then the Chariot. So it feels like this is something that was a wish fulfillment for her energetically, but I'm getting that this person like cut Tavi off. It feels like, if not, or vice versa. But I'm getting that it's more so whomever the other party is, she has cut Tavi off allegedly. And from moving forward, like they literally cannot move forward. When things were good, they were good because we have this Wheel of Fortune here. But then this Two of Swords is telling me that they're not moving forward. At least they can't move forward. And then we have the Seven of Cups here at the bottom, and then I heard delusion. So Tavi could be delusional about the entire situation, and hence why she may have been cut off from whomever this person is. How does Tavi feel about Zeus? I think we're just gonna move on, so we're not spending too much time here. How does Tavi feel about Zeus Network? How does she feel about Zeus Network? And look, there's Lemuel right there, King of Wands. All right, verify. I just heard Boss Man. All right, so we have King of Wands, the High Priestess, and then we have the Three of Cups here. Allegedly she knows that he has a lot of secrets and he has a lot of women. A lot of these women on this cast, it seems they are very well aware of his dealings with the cast members on the show. I just heard, Spirit said that is the reason why she feels so comfortable with pursuing somebody on the show because of her boss and his dealings with the women on the show. I just heard cesspool. Ugh. It's almost like this is interesting because I have not gotten this energy when I did the reading on Lemuel on part 1 or part 2, but it's almost giving like a cesspool of energy swapping here where everybody, I'm not gonna say everyone, but there are people that are not only messing with production and bodyguards and the CEO, but they're all messing with one another as well. Like there are a lot of secrets here. This high priestess, but she's aware of all of the comings and goings and the relationships and the sleeping around. And Spirit literally said a cesspool. So everybody is just literally swapping and okay. I'm literally seeing like a swimming pool of just like apparitions maybe like it's like cloudy. It's almost like energy in a swimming pool. Everybody just swimming with one another and just entangling with one another. And then I'm hearing siphoning and soul ties. Everybody's creating soul ties with one another, allegedly. That's interesting. I have not gotten that for any other readings I've done on them, but yeah, it feels like everybody's literally messing with one another, or most people have had some type of dealing. There's just a lot of sexual energy. I'll say that. There's a lot of sexual energy around it, and that's why I said Fear said, yeah, she feels comfortable with whomever this woman is on this network on the show because everybody is just messing with everybody. So they just feel comfortable enough to do that, and that to me that's not a good working environment. But that's just my personal opinion because things can get really messy very fast. But I make it a point to rewatch this reading and tap into this once I get to the final part of the series just to confirm that message. But I literally heard cesspool. All right, so what is the future of Tavi at Zeus? What is the future of Tavi at Zeus and Baddies? All right, we have Judgment. Yikes. And then we have Eight of Cups here, but let me clarify. All right, and then we have Temperance reversed. Oh, we have 2 angel cards, y'all. If things will go down with the network or with Baddies or anything comes out about Baddies, I'm not getting like necessarily exposure type of energy here, but if things go left with the network and they get caught up in some stuff, dealing with sexual activities and other things like that, Tavi will go down with them. I'm not saying she's doing anything harmful or hurting anybody or doing anything illegal, but like I said, if anything gets out about dealings and the sexual things that happen within the network, things that happened in the past, she will literally be implicated in that stuff too. Like, don't be surprised if some tea or something comes out about her in the future, and because things are out of balance. But this judgment here is telling me that the past could come up against her, could be used against her. And then I wanted to clarify, we have Seven of Swords here, Queen of Swords at the bottom. I don't know their signs, like I mentioned before. Seven of Swords here, which I feel like she's aware of all the underhanded things that they do, the sexual things that happen on the show, and the tactics as well. I heard threats, so I don't know if she's heard threats being made when it comes to those activities that go on behind the scenes, but she's privy to some things that she should not be privy to. But I feel like she also takes part in some of the activities as well, allegedly. And even as a viewer watching this and reading this energy is interesting, because I would have never thought for her that this would come up, but I guess it's the people you least expect. Spirit says she's rough. I don't even know if I want to touch that. Like aggressive, maybe. They're also showing me the scene of the reunion for Baddies Africa when Diamond was sitting down and Natalie was trying to fight Diamond or trying to run up on her, and Tavi didn't. I think she held Diamond back from like even hitting Natalie, and Natalie literally got a free shot on Diamond because Tavi was holding her back. And it's like she has this unreciprocated loyalty to Natalie and or the network itself. And that's why it's like easy for her to be a part of this because she's okay with doing what they ask her to do or tell her to do. She's okay with being that person to be an aggressor when it comes to them because they gave her this opportunity, allegedly. So this is what's in the energy for her. And like I said, if anything happens about around the network or the show that comes out, she will be implicated as well because I literally Spirit said she's aggressive. So, and then I wanted to show y'all the Queen of Swords again because this could be somebody coming forward and exposing, because Queen of Swords is somebody that is a truth teller. So somebody could come out and say and tell the truth about Tavi in the future. All right, hers went on a little bit longer than I expected it to, but I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna move on. I'm not gonna deep dive into that. All right, so I'm gonna get into my next person, which is Nunu, and I think I may do one or two other people. I think I'm gonna just go ahead and do the entire list. Why not? Let's go ahead and do it. Show me the current energy of Nunu as it relates to Zeus. Show me the current energy of Nunu. All right, we have machismo, masculine pride, toxic masculinity, meeting manly expectations. Is she in a relationship? Y'all tell me down below. She's getting the same cards as Tesehki. We got spilling the beans, and then we have swept up, head over heels in love, untrustworthy, and then at the bottom, new boo. So to me, it's feeling like she may be in a relationship or talking to somebody. Y'all, I'll have to go and do some digging here. For me, it feels like she has a man. It doesn't feel like there's a cast member or anything like that. It doesn't even feel like it's somebody in Zeus, but I'll confirm that with the tarot. But currently, this feels like something about she's concerned more so about her man. And I'm also getting that she doesn't. It feels like whoever this person is that she's talking to or seeing, they watch the show as well. Because I was hearing something like she's careful, something like she's careful about how she presents herself on the show because they're watching the show. And it could just be somebody that's just interested in her, but she knows it. I don't know. But let's put one more card, get some more clarity. Clarify. And then we have tiptoeing. I heard baby daddy, but look, tiptoeing, avoiding getting caught, acting shady, sneaking around. So this could be somebody that she's talking to secretly. I don't know if it's AB or somebody new. She just does not want her personal business to get out or be exposed, it feels like. And then we have cupping season here. So yeah, she could be talking to somebody that she does not want people to know publicly, or the other party doesn't want to know publicly as well. And this is related to Zeus, so maybe she just literally does not want this to be like a storyline for her or her castmates to find out about it. But even AB, I don't know what their current dynamic is, but it just feels like, again, she's careful about how she presents herself and what she says on the show, so she does not get caught up allegedly. I'll say her energy is different, way different from Tavi's right before this. So hers is more so about not wanting to get caught up. It feels like strong feelings, but not wanting to get caught up from being on the show. All right, let's move on to the tarot. I didn't have anything else to ask from the oracles. All right, so tell me more about this relationship that she has going on. Who is it? What's happening here with this man? Tell me more about it. Yep, somebody watching. Page of Swords. And then we have the High Priestess, and then we have Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, if that's not watching secrets, yeah. Page of Swords, High Priestess, Wheel of Fortune. Let me see, who's watching? Oh, then we have Ace of Cups. I wanted to clarify the Page of Swords. Yeah, it's almost feeling like she's very vigilant about secrets around the show coming out to whomever she's talking to or interested in, because she feels very deeply for them as a whole. I just heard the word emotion, so she may be very emotional about whomever this is that she's talking to. But yeah, she does not want them to see these secrets. I'm going to clarify this Wheel of Fortune here. Yeah, it's definitely a man. We have Ace of Wands here, because it's almost like if they were to ever find out about what she's doing, or if she exposed anything regarding the show, it would not be a favorable outcome. I'm thinking of her energy on the show. She doesn't really have too much of a storyline. I know she's been like having some riffs with K Rican and Fauna, and they have some stuff going on here. But to me, it's like she just does not want like other things to get out on the show, and I feel like that's why she holds herself back even on the show. Like she just doesn't want the ladies to like spill her tea. It feels like, because it could affect her relationship off the screen allegedly. Probably feeding into the reason why we don't see her doing too much. She's just pretty chill and laid back, and she has her storylines, but it has nothing to do with like other people or other exposés. It's more so she keeps it to who she wants to keep it to. It's almost like she's strategic in the storyline that she's participating in, because she does not want other things to get out as a result from the show. All right, so let's see, what is the future for Nunu at Zeus? What is the future for Nunu at Zeus? Secrets. And then we have being led to rest. Let's clarify the moon. Secrets about her being reckless. Spirit literally called her reckless. So I don't know what she got going on in Zeus or what she's doing, but she's very sneaky. I'll say that. Very sneaky. We have Two of Cups here. So allegedly she could be talking to somebody else. And like I said, it feels like she does not want information to get out about her being reckless, these secrets in the future. Spirit, what has she been reckless about? What has she been reckless? Clarify. What has she been reckless about? So we can get to the heart of it. I know you lying, y'all. And then we have Judgment at the bottom from some, has this King of Wands not come up multiple times in this reading? And you guys know who this is. It's fire sign. It's Aries. My God, today. I am so gagged. If I had a mic, I would literally drop it right now, y'all. Oh my God. This is too much. This is too much. Okay, allegedly it feels like she may even be have had relations with the CEO, allegedly for entertainment purposes only. And this Judgment card literally came out for her and Tavi. in that regard. Like I just heard cesspool allegedly again. Oh my God, today. All right, will this be exposed? Will this ever be exposed, Spirit? Will this ever be exposed? And wish fulfilled at the bottom, 9 of Cups. Will it be exposed? Potentially. I feels like it doesn't feel like it's still going on, allegedly, if this were to have happened. It doesn't feel like this is something that is like continually like going on here. But it feels like the girls, and I feel like that's also why she's very secretive and pulled back on the show, because they've been airing out all the other ladies that have had relations with this man, but they have not aired out her having relationships with this man. So I don't know if they may not know themselves, but if they do know, they have not had a reason to expose it, it feels like. Spirit said they are talking. Allegedly, allegedly, allegedly. Like I heard they are talking. As soon as I'm like just staring at this lover's card. And it feels like theirs is a little bit more secretive than the others for a reason. But it feels like they may not have too much that has happened between the two of them, but they still like talk. It may be like more flirtatious text messages. This feels very like a hush hush, very secretive. That's why I said it feels sneaky. All right, so that was the future for her at Zeus. This secret. I just wanted to know whether or not she's going to continue to be on the show. That's all I'm going to say about Nunu, just because I'm trying to breeze through all of these ladies. All right, I actually have one more comment I want to make, and y'all can skip through this and go to the next person, which is Tommie. But this is kind of sad. He's literally running through all of these castmates. Like, this is actually pretty disgusting. And I hope everybody's getting tested that's involved in this. If you're watching and you're on Zeus, make sure you guys are going to go get checked out and spiritually cleansing yourself as well from this show, because he's harboring a lot of entities, allegedly. So, all right, I'm gonna move on for real now. Show me the energy of Tommie as it relates to Zeus. All right, so we have Nubu. Show me the energy of Tommie. All right, we have red flag, warning signs, take heed, risky situation. Supersize me, doing too much. She do be doing too much on the show. I'm not even gonna hold you guys. I don't even need to do too much. I don't even need to read into that part too much, but she does too much. And I heard the word. I just heard the word alcohol, so she maybe still be overindulging in drinking as it relates to Zeus and when she's on the show. The red flag to me is also more so related to her drinking as well. Alcohol issues over the years, even dating back to when she was on Love and Hip Hop. But this is something where Spirit literally said she needs to go to rehab. Like, that was it. So she definitely needs to focus on her health and making sure that she gets that under control. I know she's a little bit older, and I just heard the word liver, so she needs to be very careful about overconsumption, because it could be affecting her liver if not already. I know this is not a personal reading, but I just feel the Spirit just dropped that down for her to go get some help to get those issues resolved, because we could be seeing a change in her health at some point, unfortunately. Is she talking to somebody new? Let me clarify this, new boo, and then we'll move on to the tarot. All right, and then we have default on payments, financially incapable, repossessed assets, and then we have penny pinching here, financial struggle. So she may be having some monetary issues. And then I heard for a new boo, beneficiary, benefactor, something along those lines. So somebody could be helping her pay her bills and help funding her lifestyle. It doesn't feel like she's doing that on her own. And then right behind it, we have sneaky link, we have black sheep, snacks. So yeah, it feels like this is somebody that's very secretive. Ooh, I just heard the word pimp. Okay, well, she doesn't give me somebody that's been pimped out. I don't know if I can say it on YouTube. If I can't, I'm gonna blurt it out. But oh, I did hear benefactor, so I guess that makes sense. But yeah, it could be somebody she's talking to that's helping her foot these bills and how she's able to live this lavish lifestyle. I heard yacht, so I don't know if she's like yachting, the yacht girls. So there's a couple of things she needs to focus on. I don't really have anything else that I want to tap into for her. I just keep feeling like she needs to get help. I also heard she needs to cleanse too, so she may need to do like a detox to get some of that alcohol and or substances out of her body. She really needs to cleanse. And they just keep telling me like she's getting older and she really needs to take care of her body, or she's gonna have very hard issues to deal with later that she can't come back from, allegedly. So, all right, I'm gonna move that over. It's the tarot. All right, Tommie, Spirit, tell me more about this benefactor. Let's be a little messy. Tell me more about this benefactor. Oops. 8 of Wands. All right, what about 8 of Wands? Oh, there you go. There's the benefactor right there. King of Pentacles, and then we have the Justice, and then we have the Lovers here. So this benefactor could be a Libra. Allegedly, it feels like it's somebody that's been in and out of the justice system. So somebody that's been convicted in the court system. It feels like I don't want to call them a criminal because I don't know I don't know the story. It feels like if she ever needs anything, he's willing to like drop it really fast for her quickly. It's somebody that's definitely willing to help her when it comes to the money, but he wants something in return. The Lovers. But yeah, he moves really fast for her fast money. So that's why he's still around. I just heard pimp again. So I'm just speechless. I don't even know what else to say. All right, what would be the outcome of this relationship with her benefactor? What would be the outcome of this relationship with his benefactor? All right, so the outcome, I have 9 of Cups, and then I have 2 of Swords at the bottom. But what's the wish fulfilled then? What is the wish fulfilled? All right, then we have Two of Pentacles. There really isn't too much of an outcome. It feels like things are going to continue as they are currently if she does not get her health together, because she's trying to juggle. It feels like that's her work-life balance. You know how when you're so deep in something that you know is not good for you, but it feels good in the moment and things are going so well until something bad happens. It feels like that's the energy here, where for her, she's just living in the moment. She's just taking it as it comes. But it's like still impulsive type of energy. Things are just going so well until the other shoe drops. So she's just trying to juggle everything on her plate. And Spirit was telling me that because she's trying to juggle everything on her plate, that's what's leading to her drinking is alcohol. This 9 of Cups, which is telling me that it's an excess. She's going to continue to drink and still trying to balance her life and things that she has to do. And I'm also getting that when she drinks, she has to apologize a lot to her loved ones. We have Page of Cups at the bottom. So she's having to apologize quite a bit to the people around her for actions she does when she's drunk, allegedly. She's going to continue on the way that it is. She's literally sitting right here in this position with all of these drinks behind her. So yeah, she definitely needs to get some help here for sure, or she's going to have some long-term health consequences. So let's go ahead and ask what will be the future for her as Zeus. What's going to be the future for Tommie as Zeus? All right, clarify this 7 of Pentacles. All right, so we have 7 of Pentacles here to the Ace of Swords. At some point in the future, a light bulb is going to go off for her truly about things that she's doing. It's almost like the smoke clears. It's going to clear at some point for her, but it feels like she's going to reap what she's sown with everything that she's doing now. But I feel like it's going to be a little too late at that point. It's almost like somebody that smokes all the time. Everything's going great. They don't think that they're going to get sick. And then once they get sick, they're like, dang, like the smoke, it starts to clear up where they try to quit and they try to move on. But it's already like a cancer is like already in their body, allegedly. I'm not saying that that's going to be the case for her, but it's almost like at some point she will be able to get some clarity and see the truth of the matter as it relates to her alleged problems, but she's going to reap what she's harvested here. As you're looking here now, as far as Zeus goes, it's also related to that as well. I feel like truth about her will come out on the network, and I feel like we're starting to get a glimpse of that even on the show where she's always drinking drunk. We can tell she's not herself. It's not feeling like she's going to leave the show. It just feels like she's just going to be exposing her truth as the seasons continue. As she continues to be on the show, we're just going to continue to get a glimpse of the seed she's planting when it comes to Zeus. All right, so I guess I'm going to clarify that just to make sure that's the message, that we're just going to continue to see things progress on this network. Yeah, she's definitely going to continue on the show right now. The Page of Pentacles, she still sees this as an opportunity. She's still going to take the money that they offer up to her, but things are going to be out of balance for her. To me, this is also giving like a card of sickness in a sense because it's reversed. Temperance is like a new beginning, but it's like she can't have a new beginning because she's still going to be doing the same things that she is doing. And then if you look at the bottom, addiction, the devil. So don't be surprised as time goes on, we're going to continue to see her indulge in these substances, and we see her doing the same old thing every season that she's on the show. Even if it's a guest appearance or the main cast, it's just giving me I don't feel like there's going to be change here for her. That's it for Tommie. So now I'm going to go on to Summer. And also, if you are just now coming on to Summer's part, and you click on the timestamp and skip everything else, if you watch the Janisha John reading I did, I'm going to link it up top. I did have a warning even in that reading for Summer. So I'm also going to confirm if that warning comes up in this part of her reading. So we'll see. But if you haven't watched it, go ahead and check it out as well. All right, so let's get started. All right, current energy for Summer as it relates to Zeus Network. Current energy for Summer as it relates to Zeus Network. And I believe she's an air sign. I know that. Why is everybody getting new boo? Everybody, literally, I've got a new boo a couple times in a row now. All right, what is her current energy as it relates to Zeus? All right, so we have player playing the field, not looking to settle, seeking options. Does she have a man? All right, so we have honeymooning, love on the brain, talking often, feeling all the feels. And then we have chemistry, intense passion, things are heating up. This is related to Zeus. So do you guys, I know her and Lex had that issue at the time of this reading. The episode that just aired last week was the one that they got to that nasty fight. If you catch my drift, I won't go into that, but where they actually physically fought for the first time. It literally feels like she could be talking to or having some type of relations with either a cast member or somebody in production, because this is related to her current energy to Zeus. So yeah, she could be talking to somebody on the show, allegedly. These are all relationship cards, but it feels like it's something that's temporary. They may just be talking and seeing how things go, but I'm not getting that it's something serious. Yeah, these are literally all relationship cards. So to me, it's just giving that she could be seeing somebody on the show. I know at this point in time, per the blog, she has a lot of beefs going on with a lot of the ladies. So I don't really know who's left, but she could be talking to somebody on the show. But let's see if any other cards come out. Tell me more about this relationship. And I asked in the tarot as well. And look, Sneaky Link. Ooh, now we got penny pinching. At the bottom, we have bye Felicia, peacing out, thank you next, leaving, not caring. So again, it just feels like somebody she may be talking to behind the scenes that nobody's aware of. It does not feel like Lex. I think that door has been closed. I'm not really sure who this is. But as far as the financial struggle goes, I'm feeling like it may or may not let her go from the show. She's having some money problems as well. We're gonna clarify this, the money, and then the relationship. We'll get deeper into that. So I'm gonna move this off the table. Show me the energy of this relationship of Summer and whomever this sneaky link is. Show me the energy of Summer and this sneaky link if they're on the show. Yeah, definitely a secret. We already got the moon right out. And then we have the star here, which is something that somebody's hopeful for, but it could be an Aquarius. And I think she is an Aquarius. Huh. Or it could be another Aquarius on the show. All right, tell me more about this moon card. The secret. Because it feels like it's very secret. Very private. All right, so we have Ace of Wands. And then we have Five of Swords at the bottom. So I don't know. It feels like it could be either a castmate or it could be somebody in the production team that this is, but it feels so secretive. It feels like it's more so them like talking and texting on the phone. Like I'm seeing like text messages. I just heard she can't trust anybody. So yeah, that's why she hasn't told anybody about this, because who can she trust with this information, especially with her falling out with so many people currently. But let's see what else. All right, and then we have the Devil, which could be somebody that's a Capricorn. It could literally be a toxic situation. And then we have Eight of Swords here at the bottom, feeling trapped as well. And then if you see with the bottom, these lovers here, they're chained to the Devil. And this is about a relationship. I want to know more about this because it's giving me like trap type of energy here, but I want to know why. Why is that? Why the Devil? Yeah, Two of Pentacles here, and the High Priestess, more secrets. But why is there so much secretive energy here though? But why is there so much secretive energy? Like, what is the risk of it getting out? Yep, more secrets. We have Two of Cups here, another relationship. But whomever this is, it just feels like she's trapped up in it or he's trapped in it. Either way, he or she is trapped in this relationship, allegedly. Like, I'm getting multiple secret cards and multiple relationship cards here. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all listening to this reading. I don't even get that Spirit wants me to know who this is. I'm gonna just be honest. It feels so lock and key that whoever or whatever this is will blow up a whole spot for somebody. I want to see if more cards will reveal, but at least currently in this spread, Spirit won't tell me who this is. I would say that she does have something going on with somebody in secret that is under lock and key, and if it ever got out, it would be very nasty as far as like what the public would say about it. So I can't confirm or deny who is who, but there's some sneaking around here with her. All right, so I'm going to ask about the warning I got for her for Janisha reading, and then I'll do a future reading on her for Zeus. But it is somebody that is tied to Zeus, though. So, Spirit, I want to clarify the warning that I received from Summer, that she needs to watch her back when it comes to Zeus. So please clarify that message. Yep. I heard the message still stands. Like, Spirit literally said, I'm telling you the truth with this Ace of Swords. So, all right, going to the bottom. Five of Swords here. Yeah, not only was that warning the truth, but Summer is going to have to be very strong throughout all of the fighting, all of the nasty things that people are saying about her, and I'm not absolving her of anything that she herself has done or said to any of the people, to any of the cast members or anybody associated with Zeus. I'm not saying that, but what I am saying is that whatever they say or do to her going forward, she's going to have to be very strong throughout it. And I would even say she needs to pick and choose her words very carefully, and also protect herself spiritually and physically too, because she's going to have a battle to fight. She's going to need the strength card here to get through this, because everything she has said thus far as well is the truth. It may have a little sprinkle of a lie here and there. I don't think that it's 100% the truth, but she has exposed a lot, and she has the potential to even expose even more in the future, allegedly. And also, it could also risk her job as well. I feel like she might be doing a little too much for even the network's taste, depending on how much more she exposes. And that's why Spirit said she needs to be very careful. And this Nine of Wands is her, the wounded warrior. All those people trying to fight her that are up against her right now, she could go through heartbreak in the future. Like, she puts on this tough persona, trying to act like things are all right and she's okay and she's willing to get down with whoever, which might be true, but at the same time, like, girl, it might not fare well for you. And that's why you're getting this warning now, okay? Like, that is a whole network that you are fighting up against. It's not just a group of girls. It's literally a whole network that has resources and industry ties that could get you up out of here, allegedly for entertainment purposes only. All right, so future of Summer and Zeus. What is the future currently of Summer and Zeus? And then we have the star at the bottom. So I'll find the Ten of Cups for me for her future. It's always looking at King of Cups. I heard decision maker. So this could be somebody that's in the network that may have the position of picking and choosing like the cast and like vetting people, but it feels like somebody is gonna make a decision about her, whether or not she continues on the show. So it feels like it's still like not certain just yet what's gonna happen. But currently it feels like she will remain on the show, at least right now. But we have this Ten of Cups here, which to me is more like a family card. Future, she needs to think about her children, how everything she's doing and saying, and what could be the implications of this entire situation could affect her children in some way. I know she has a teenager and a baby. She needs to be very mindful of what she does, and she needs to be making sure that she considers her children when she makes these statements and these allegations and things as well in the future, and says certain things, not only for them watching, but it could affect them in other ways as well. Yeah, there's some things I literally just cannot see on camera, so I'll just keep it at that. And then the Three of Wands gives me more so of her like waiting to kind of see how things will go with Zeus and where she sees herself as well. But I feel like she has her stake in Zeus. I feel like she's betting on the network just as a whole. Zeus is something that she is still like, all right, I still got a job. She may allegedly be having conversations with other networks as well to kind of wait and see how things play out. So I don't think that she's completely stuck on Zeus. Like she'll stay there depending on how things go. But if things go left, it feels like she's even herself open to exploring going on another network or another franchise to keep her foot in the door, and being within that same space and making a living as well. So I'll say that, but still kind of uncertain as far as whomever's making those decisions at Zeus. So that's all I have for summer. I'm going to move on now to the final person, and it's really, thank God, because this has been very long. Oh, the last person is Tinka, so I'm going to remove Summer, and then we'll move on. Show me the energy of Tinka Bella. Show me the energy of Tinka Bella as it relates to this network. Lord, everybody has new booze, relationships. Oh my goodness. All right, what else? We have Black Sheep, rebelling, going against expectation, defying norms. And then we have lift off, fast progression, the wait is over, fast action. As soon as I pulled Black Sheep, I saw like her performing on a stage, and I know they've all been on this little tour going to different venues and performing their music. So it feels like this whole thing with Zeus and Baddies is more so for her music versus like the partying and all of that stuff. Like it feels like she knows it comes with it, but for her, this is just something that she's doing to pretty much elevate her as an artist. She may be even talking to somebody, texting somebody. I heard baby father, so maybe this is somebody that she's still talking to. They still have some type of relationship. If they're not already in a relationship, I don't know that to confirm. I want to confirm this lift off card on what this is about. And then we have lust, greed, inconsiderate. And then we have fed up, over it, not having it, frustrated. So yeah, it feels like she may be still talking to the child or the father of her child. They may still be having like, some issues. She just had her baby not too long ago. So it may just be like some new baby issues, some fighting, her being on this network. It doesn't feel like anything just too crazy, but it just feels like normal issues that new parents kind of have. And I know she already has children, but it gives me almost just like they're trying to still get settled in and maybe having some disagreements. But I'm not getting like cheating or like abuse or anything like that. It just feels like normal toxic drama for couples, at least for me. And things kind of feel like things move very fast for them, very swiftly. When she got pregnant, up until having the baby, and even now, things just really went very fast. But yeah, I mean, that's all I got for her, really. It's very straight, simple, to the point. And then I know I'm pulling this card back up, but the frustrated card, they keep telling me to look at that card. So she may just be frustrated right now with the whole situation, but it feels like it's not really too much cause for issue. Like I don't have anything else really to say about it, and I think I'm gonna move on to the tarot. But yeah, that's pretty straightforward for Tinka. So maybe I don't want to tailor this to like her relationship, because I don't know if she's in a relationship with her child's father. It could be somebody else that's in her life, but I want to ask, how does she feel about being on Zeus currently? How does she feel about being at Zeus? Ooh. All right, we have the Sun. I just heard music opportunities. And then we have King of Pentacles, so that could be the father of her baby. Oh, also the Sun could be her child as well. I just heard income. Oh, and then a card fell out. Hold on, y'all. Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so yeah, this is an opportunity for her to not only elevate her music, but also provide for her child. This is also giving me her family, her child, her man, the child's father. They're both contributing money and making sure that things are taken care of for the baby. And then we have Ace of Pentacles here, which means that Zeus is offering her an opportunity to make income. And it feels like she's very satisfied with the show. It doesn't feel like she has any issues. And then also another father card, we have the Emperor. So yeah, it feels like this is more so making sure that her family is taken care of and that she's able to sustain their lifestyle, but also making sure that her career stays afloat musically as well. It feels like she has a lot of investment going in her future, as well as the future of her family. So yeah, I think that's pretty straightforward, because we have a lot of pentacles here. Or we have a couple pentacles here, which is telling me that this is a substantial amount of money that she's being paid for being on the show. But I'm getting that she's very satisfied with it. I don't get like any concerns, any drama, any secrets like everybody else has had. But she's literally just on there this is a job for her. Like, it feels like she takes this very seriously. She's not here for the games. They may if they ask her to fight, she's gonna fight, but she's just gonna make sure that she keeps her check. And she's been on Baddies consecutively now. I think she was on Baddies Africa. I think, yeah. Well, was she on Baddies Africa? No, because she was pregnant. That's why. Yeah, she was not on Baddies Africa, but as soon as she had that baby, Baddies Africa, you guys saw that she came right on back. So yeah, I feel like she's okay with the business relationship that she has at Zeus. So I'm gonna just ask future predictions for her. Future predictions for Tinka. I don't really have. I mean, hers is really just straightforward. I don't have anything else to ask. So all right, we have Queen of Swords. I don't know what her sign is. So all right, we have Temperance, Judgment. This is like the third or fourth time Judgment has come out, as well as Temperance. So future of her at Baddies, her future is similar to Tavi in a sense of not that she has been a part of the messiness and the like the cesspool part. You guys catch my drift? This is giving me more so that if things were to come out about Zeus, we have this Queen of Swords or a truth teller. If somebody were to expose Zeus, I feel like Tinka would jump ship allegedly very quickly because she would be afraid of facing this judgment of things that happened in the past that she may or may not be aware of. But it feels like if things were exposed that could hurt her brand just in general, I feel like she would not even come back. I'm also seeing Diamond the Body, which I believe she left. Yeah, she did leave the show. So it would be similar to Diamond, where she would leave the show and go focus solely on her music, but she would jump ship. It feels like she would not stay long if there were any exposés or any secrets were to get out about the show that could harm her brand. And I feel like it just feels like she's coming more so from a business standpoint of what could hurt her, but also feeling like she does not want her children or her family to see her be implicated in anything that has to do with whatever could come out about the network in the future, if it does come out. But she would jump ship, and she would be very much so doing it out of a space of protecting her legacy and her brand. Oh, y'all, I am tired, and that is all I have. And if you've made it this far, I thank you in advance for your support and taking the time out to watch this. Let me know what y'all think down below. Somebody did request Biggie, so I may just have to do the part 2 to kind of get her out the way as well. I'm gonna see how I feel, but I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Let me know what y'all think down below. If there's any correlation to like the signs, the specific zodiac signs for some of the ladies that I've read, or if you guys can like piece some puzzle pieces there about people that you know for sure who those signs are, y'all let me know. It's just too many ladies and too many people to look around and see who's who, so I didn't want to waste too much of y'all's time. But nonetheless, thank you for watching. Hope you guys have a beautiful day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.